Hi, Filter here. On this lovely, somewhat dreary Sunday, it's raining, it's looking kind of messy, and before I start, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Christopher, Comic Book Hut, the rather fantastic man who gave me a shout out. I'm giving him a shout out, and I'm now one of his hustlers. Hustler. Damn it. Either way. Check out his videos. He's pretty dang good. He's a great guy. And he'll probably agree with me when I talk about this. Okay. Undoubtedly, we've seen these pictures of Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker. The Joker is very iconic. He can be traced back to several silent films. I believe Sardonic, something like that. I think it's Sardonicus? I don't know. I'll have to check. But here's what's really funny about the Joker, and I'm pretty sure if you're my age, I grew up on Cesar Romero. So every time I thought of the Joker, I thought Cesar Romero. Whenever he was shown animated, I thought Cesar Romero. Until you have Jack Nicholson. Now, keep in mind when I say animated, there were so many people that did the voices. It just didn't stand out whenever they had the Joker. The Joker just never stood out in some of those old Batman cartoons. Who stood out? Cesar Romero, live action, and it just kind of makes you go, oh, okay, he sounds pretty out there. Then we jump to, by the time I'm an adult, we had Batman, Tim Burton's Batman. Now, I'm an adult when this comes out. I think I was about, 20... What was it? I was, 22, 23? Yeah, it was around that age when that movie came out. And he brought his own take to it, which kind of threw me off. Again, you got it locked in your head, Cesar Romero. But you kind of got to enjoy how he does the thing. Tyrone Magnus makes a very good... if you ever check his channel out, he makes a good point about different Jokers. And he talks about the one joke that Jack Nicholson gives, I'm glad you're dead. I'm glad you're dead. That is just, it is funny. It is honestly funny. Now, jump ahead a few years, and we get Batman the Animated Series. And because of that, we get Mark Hamill. Now, here's the problem when you look at something like a Mark Hamill as the Joker. He's over the top and it's ingrained. So now, every time you see any of the variation, you kind of go back to him. Sort of in the same way I went back to Cesar Romero. And even with Jack Nicholson, I was still kind of going back to Cesar Romero a little. But then when you have Mark Hamill, and he made that thing a whole different ballgame. And you're like, wow. And I mean, granted, he's not wearing any makeup. He's not seen. You just hear that voice, and that voice pretty much makes the character. Excuse me. Just had something spiciness. Really kicking my throat behind. Anywho. And then, so we're used to that. And then there are other people. I know Brent Spiner's done a voice, and Troy Baker's done a voice of Joker. But it's just not the same. You keep thinking Mark Hamill. You cannot shake it. It's very, very difficult. Then, let's see. Of course, we've had Jared Leto. Jared Leto gives me a sort of love-hate version. I kind of like that they gave a weird take. And I kind of hate that they made him so young. He should be a little bit older, I thought, and less gangsterish. I mean, he looks more like a very bad gang leader or something like that, of like MS-13 with the tattoos and the gold teeth. And I'm like, no, that's not the Joker. But I did like, he has a very interesting laugh, and his take is very interesting. But he was less Joker, more gangster. You see what I mean? Yeah. Now we have Joaquin Phoenix. Now Joaquin Phoenix, I gotta give him one thing. He could do some very interesting roles, but from the pictures that I'm seeing, I gotta do this, what I normally say. wait and see. It was sort of like with Ben Affleck as Batman. I was like, wait and see. And I think he pulls off an older Batman. He does that older Batman vibe. He does a really good job at it. So I'm willing to accept that, him as Batman. Of course, I could get onto Lex Luthor, but I think I've done that video before. And when I look at Lex Luthor, Sherman Howard, who played him in Superboy, the TV series Superboy, he did a relative. Basically, he was kind of doing. Oh, good lord, what is his name? From Superman the movie. Oh, great! Now I don't. I gotta look this up. Oh well, you guys know. He was doing basically Gene Hackman. Thank you guys out there. Gene Hackman. He was doing like a variation of Gene Hackman. They don't and I think the voice actor from Legion of Doom, if you remember that, from the old Super Friends cartoon, that was pretty good. He had a decent voice. Clancy Brown for WB's version of Superman, New Adventures of Superman in Justice League. He does a very, very good job. And let's see, Jesse Eisenberg. I'll say one thing about Jesse Eisenberg. I said it before. Jesse Eisenberg basically is give Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg a very, very maniacal personality, if they don't already have one, and give them access to tons of scientific data, not just computers, but actual scientific data. And that would be your Lex Luthor. So in a weird way, I can understand Eisenberg playing that part. I just kind of... there could have been more done with that character. Be that as it may. But like I said, I just thought I'd talk about the Joker thing, and I guess that's pretty much it. Well, like this video if you like it, hit the notification bell, leave a comment below, rate this video if you like it, and until then, I am Filter, and I am out of here.